Guys, in this video, we want to look at obesity, community medicine topic basically. So, what is obesity? They'll ask you to define. So, if they ask you to define obesity, how will you define? You will say it is the abnormal growth of the adipose tissue. Abnormal growth of what? Of the adipose tissue. You should say this. It is the abnormal growth of the adipose tissue. You remember how your adipose tissue looks under the microscope with all containing fat cells, right? The nucleus is pushed to the corner, right? Because of the fat. So these cells, what will happen, there's abnormal growth of this adipose tissue. Either there is going to be enlargement of the fat cell, the size of the cell increases, or the number of cells itself are more, okay, or both of this can happen. So if the number of, if each cell is large in size, okay, so one cell is large inside, enlargement of the fat cell size, that is called as hypertrophic obesity, okay, hypertrophic obesity. Now if the increase in fat cell number, so the number of cells increase, that means so many cells will be there, right? Then what will happen? You will call it as hyperplastic. So what is hyperplastic obesity? If somebody asks, what will you say? Hyperplastic obesity is where the number of cells are more. Very good. Which cells? Fat cells. Or it could be a combination of both. So now did you get the definition of obesity? Obesity is defined as the abnormal growth of adipose tissue, either because of the increased size of the fat cell, which is called as hypertrophic obesity, or the increase in the number of fat cells, which is called as hyperplastic obesity, or it's a combination of both. So you can be overweight. Overweight you can be because either you have obesity or you can have abnormal muscle development, lot of muscles you have, or fluid retention could have happened. So you may be overweight. Okay, it can be because of obesity or not. Okay, so kind of you understood the difference between overweight and obese, right? Now look at this. Obesity has other types also. What and all types you saw till now? Hypertrophic, hyperplastic. There's something also called as android and gynoid. So you have android and gynoid. Android obesity is where the abdominal fat distribution is there. Like those people will be at increased risk. And gynoid is where there is fat distribution evenly and peripherally around the body, and that will have less a risk. Okay, so gynoid is okay. It will have lesser risk. Not that it won't have, but the risks will be less in gynoid type. Okay. Gynoid fat distribution means evenly it will be distributed. You got it right? So you've learned two more terms now. Android obesity, gynoid obesity. Great. Now let's move on. Prevalence. It's you know how the textbook says? Textbook says obesity is the most prevalent form of malnutrition. Can you believe that? They're terming it as malnutrition. They didn't eat properly, but they are normal malnutrition means you think they are very thin and all that, right? They are not. They are a malnourished. So you can say even an obese child you can say is malnourished. Strange, right? Overweight and obesity are the fifth leading risk of global deaths. Prevalence, if you want, you write, okay, a lot of people are obese and millions and all that you will write. Epidemiological determinants. Why are people obese? What are you seeing here, guys? It is android type of obesity, right? Abdominal fat accumulation. So this is, so basically anyways, that is why do people become fat? Because of age. Usually at any age, people can be obese, but more so with age, they become obese. And their so hyperplastic obesity means what? You know, they have more cells, fat cells. Why? Because in infancy, if they have obesity, they will make more adipose cells. So as they become older, they will have hyperplastic obesity because as an infant itself, they would have made a lot of adipose cells, fat cells. Gender, sex, more and female, guys, and they are saying that men gain weight from between 29 to 35 years of age, they gain weight, but women only during menopause, that is 45 to 49 only they gain weight, it seems. And more the number of pregnancies, they will have more weight. But if they have had consecutive pregnancies, then they may be thin also. Genetic factors can be there that makes you fat. So just blame it on your genes or your physical inactivity. Blame it on your socio-economic status. I don't have money, I am fat. I have money, I have fat. I am fat, whatever. Because it is kind of varying between countries. Some countries, rich people are fat. Some countries, poor people are fat. That is exactly what the textbook says, guys. Anyways, so coming to eating habits, you eat nice fats, sweets, refined foods. What will happen? You'll become fat, obese. Psychosocial factors, overeating due to mental health issues. This is strange because whenever I have mental health issues, I lose weight. But anyways, these people are gaining weight. They eat nice ice cream, I think. Familial tendency, because not just because of genes, in the family, if people are fat, then children will be fat because maybe they cook like that. Who knows? Endocrine factors, Cushing syndrome. Cushing syndrome is what? Excess secretion from the adrenal gland, right? You will have cortisol more. So Nice, you will become fat. What about growth hormone? Instead of becoming tall, you're becoming fat, is it? Growth hormone deficiency. Alcohol, interestingly, it is positive for men and negative for women. So I think men become fat and women become thin. What do you say, guys? Because they are saying there is a relationship between alcohol and obesity, right? And it's positive for men. That means more alcohol, more obesity for men. So women become thin. That's interesting, right? Thin means, I mean to say, less obese. Education, you say whether education will make people become obese or less obese. Smoking, smokers way less. Tell these to people, no, that's it. The last thing they want to hear, I mean, the best thing they want to hear. About smoking is the only thing I have heard which is good in life, I think, in entire medicine. And this one, negative for women, also, this is the only positive thing probably in alcohol that I have heard. Ethnicity, some races, okay, you know that, you will write all that. Drugs, some drugs will make you fat. You know which drugs will make you fat? Take oral contraceptives for a long time, you become fat. Steroids will make you fat, obviously, you know, muscle mass, it builds. Insulin also will make you fat. So if you have diabetes, you're taking insulin, will you become fat? Yeah, because lipolysis will stop, I think, right? Insulin. What does insulin do? So basically, insulin will inhibit lipolysis. So the person will not have lipolysis, he'll become fat. Beta blockers also, they promote weight gain. So did you understand what makes you fat? If you are fat, you just blame it on these people. Say you are very old, you say you are a woman, you say you have genetic factors, you say you are physically inactive. Okay, that they will scold you. Say economic, social status is really bad and eating habits are bad. That also they'll scold you. Psychosocial factors you can always blame. Familial tendency you can say. Endocrine factors, alcohol, they will scold you if you're a man, obviously. Education, they will scold you. Yeah, education will scold you. Smoking, smokers way less. Ethnicity, drugs you can blame. Okay, so you know whom to blame if they call you fat. If they call you fat, blame it on all these things. Okay, let's move on. How will you classify obesity? Use BMI, that is body mass index. You calculate your weight in kg and divide it by your height in meters square. Okay, so let us say, what is my weight? 55. What is my height? My height is something like 153 centimeter. So you can say 1.53 meters square, right? Do this calculation and tell me. That's the calculator. 55 divided by 1.53. Sorry, 55 divided by 1.53. Again, you divide by 1.53. I'm getting 23.49. So now we have to check whether I'm obese or not, right? Let's check. Actually, I'm very thin. Let us see this. Cutoff is 24.99. So I'm really just in the narrow range, but I'm normal. Okay, so risk of comorbidity is average. What is this? Normal also will have some comorbidity. It will be a risk. If less than 18.50, then they are underweight. Okay, guys, less than 18.50 underweight. Then you have classification. Okay, so overweight will have so many. All these are overweight only. Overweight can be pre-obese, obese class 1, obese class 2, obese class 3. In the hospital last I met was a person who has 36. So that lady was severely, obese class 2. Or you can't say severe. Severe is the risk of comorbidity. Don't say severely obese. She's obese class 2, that lady who I met. 36. Okay. So you got it right. There's nothing like severe obesity. There's only obese class 1, obese class 2, obese class 3. There's nothing called as severe. If somebody says you're severely obese, tell them there's nothing like that. Okay. Like that you can scold them. The only thing you will tell them is there's obese class 1, class 2, class 3, or I'm pre-obese. Can you please tell me correctly what I am? Like that you can see. Okay. Okay. Then Indian cutoff, instead of this 24.99, they are saying 22.99. Then I'm very obese, but actually I'm very thin to look at. What is this? So let's go with the global one. What do you say? Percentile classification of obesity. Basically percentile, you know that growth chart, you can have percentile, right? So 5th to 85th full they are saying is normal only. Under 5 only they are saying, under percentile only underweight. And then you have some obesity is greater than 95th percentile. So guys, what are we trying to do? We are trying to assess obesity. How will you say that a person is obese? Okay. And mainly here they're focusing on weight. Okay, body weight. Remember, what are they focusing on? They're focusing on body weight. For body weight, there are a lot of parameters, guys. Body mass index, that is also called as the Quetelet index. Okay, how do you do that? Weight divided by height square, right? And we also told you the ranges. And we also calculated it for my height and weight. Ponderal index is there, which is ponderal index is height divided by cube root of weight. Okay, you have to see the units here. Height in centimeter, it is cube root of body weight in kgs. Okay, then you have Broca index. Broca index, they gave here height minus 100. Height in centimeter, just minus 100. So what is my height? 153 minus 100. I should be 53, but I am 55. Okay. Then Lorentz formula. Lorentz formula is this one, guys. Height minus 100. This one. Height minus 100 minus height minus 150 divided by 2 or 4. Again, here in centimeter only. Okay. All of them are centimeter height except the BMI one, where they're taking in meter. Okay. Then corpulence index. Corpulence index is this one, guys, where they're taking only weight. Corpulence is taking what? Only weight it is taking. The actual weight divided by the desirable weight. That should be less than 1.2. Okay. Let us see. Actual weight, what did I get? 55 minus 55. And I should have actually been only 53. So what's my corpulence index? My corpulence index is coming as 1.03 and it should be less than 1.2. So I'm perfectly fine. What do you say, guys? Corpulence index says I'm fine. Right? So let's move on. Then you have skin fold thickness, guys. Skin fold thickness means you will use Serpentine skin calipers and you will check the skin fold thickness at mid triceps, biceps, subscapular and suprailiac regions. All the 4 you will check. Add all the 4. For boys, it should be less than 40 millimeter. Girls, it should be less than 50. Only tricep, if you're checking, there are some parameters again for that. Okay. Then what else did we see? Waist circumference, waist hip ratio is there. You will measure the waist and hip with the tape and you will divide them. You'll get a waist hip ratio. If it is greater than 0.85 in female, they are more prone to cardiovascular diseases. Greater than 1 in male, they are more prone to cardiovascular diseases. Others also you have like waist height ratio, etc. guys. Like they will measure total body water, potassium, body density. So you will get more accurate values, it seems. What is that? Estimation of total body water. They are measurement of total body water, of total body potassium, and of body density. The techniques involved are relatively complex and cannot be used for routine clinical purposes. But this is more accurate, it seems. Then we'll write it, right? More accurate, it seems. So basically you will be able to see whether the person is actually obese or they have some increased fluid in the body, or that also you can get by potassium, right? Body density. Did you get it, guys? Obesity is only fat. Other than fat, if they have something, then how you will know? Will any of these the skin fold thickness or body weight tell you that it is because of water or bone? No, right? Okay. So now let's move on, guys. So we are done with assessment of obesity. Now we have to move to hazards of obesity. There's hazards of obesity. Let's look very high level. They have more diseases and their death rate also will be more. Increased morbidity, increased mortality. What and all will be there in these people? They'll get type 2 diabetes. Okay. They'll get type 2 diabetes, mellitus, hyperlipidemia, so much of dyslipidemia, obstructive sleep apnea. They cannot. Why do they have apnea during sleep? Heart disease, they will get heart also gone. Hypertension, blood pressure more. Osteoarthritis, all joints also gone. Marking the joints. Okay. Look at the textbook image now. What problems these people will have? Type 2 diabetes mellitus, you saw that. Then gallbladder disease, gallbladder affected. Dyslipidemia, so fat. Insulin resistance they'll have. So you can write acanthosis nigricans here. Breathlessness, poor fellow. Sleep apnea. Then moderately increased. This is greatly increased. Mainly I have to mention these 5, looks like. Moderately increased, we'll see coronary heart disease, hypertension marked here, osteoarthritis, hyperuricemia, gout. This is there. Slightly increased, I think you need not focus on this because you'll forget the main things. But anyways, slightly increased. What is slightly increased? They can have impaired fertility, so back pain, polycystic ovary syndrome, hormone abnormalities. They can be prone to cancer, guys. Breast cancer in postmenopausal women, and endometrial cancer, colon cancer. Cancer also they can have more. Anesthesia complications is more in fat people, it seems. Fetal defects are also there if a mother is obese during pregnancy. Wow. So that just got very scary, right? Hazards of obesity we looked at. What are the hazards of obesity? Type 2 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, dyslipidemia, sleep apnea, heart disease, hypertension, osteoarthritis, gout, hyperuricemia, insulin resistance. Anesthesia can fail for these people. For infertility, they are more prone to cancer, they have back pain, fetal defects also is possible. Hormone abnormalities. So especially people who have abdominal fat, right, they are more prone to all the problems. Here they are telling that compared to subcutaneous adipose tissue, intra-abdominal adipose tissue has more cells per unit mass. So, because here they are saying something like intra-abdominal adipocytes are located upstream from liver and the portal circulation, etc. But just know that abdominal adiposity is more important because a lot of risks are more with abdominal central fat accumulation. Okay, how will you prevent and control, guys? We're at the end, the last slide. Prevention and control of obesity, it should begin in childhood. They are saying dietary changes. What and all you will say? Less fat, less saturated fat, more fibers. Then percentage you will say less than 15 to 20% of fat, less calories, even carbohydrates, right? So they'll have to have some diet restrictions. Increased physical activity they should have. Others you have like health education. And finally you have the surgery like gastric bypass, gastroplasty, jaw wiring. This sounds very scary to me. What do they? They'll wire the jaw, is it? What is this jaw wiring? Look at this orthodontic jaw wiring for weight something. This looks weight control for compulsive eating, is it? What is this? This doesn't look good to me. Anyways, we have to take one voluntary consent form from these people, I think. Anyways, let's take a recap, guys. In this video, we started off with obesity and community medicine topic. Basically, we saw the definition of obesity, abnormal growth of adipose tissue, either because of enlargement of fat cell, the size of the cell increases, or the number of cells itself increase. So, enlargement of fat cell size is hypertrophic obesity. Increase in the number of fat cells is hyperplastic obesity, and some people can have both. See, you can be overweight not just because you're obese, but you can also have abnormal muscle development or fluid retention. It could also be because of bones, guys. Extracellular fluid can be there because of your liver, because of your heart. You can be overweight because of lot of issues. But here we are focusing on the fat mass, that is obesity, okay? Obesity, basically, these people, not only about the fat, it is the distribution of the fat that matters. Some people can have abdominal fat distribution, that is android obesity, that is dangerous. Gynoid fat distribution, where overall the body it's peripherally evenly distributed, that is kind of having lesser risks. Okay. Prevalence, obesity is the most prevalent form of malnutrition. It is overweight and obesity are fifth leading risk of global deaths. Epidemiological determinants, if you are fat, you can blame your age, sex more in women, genetic factors you can blame physical inactivity, socioeconomic status you can blame, your own socioeconomic status you can blame, eating habits you can blame, psychosocial factors, familial tendency, endocrine factors like Cushing syndrome, growth hormone deficiency, alcohol you can blame, smoking, alcohol always you will write anyways, education you can blame, ethnicity, drugs, some drugs like steroids, contraceptives, insulin, beta blockers can promote weight gain. Then we saw how to use BMI to classify obesity. Greater than 25 you can say will become overweight. Under that you have pre-obese, obese class 1, obese class 2, obese class 3. Okay. Percentile classification of obesity we saw. Assessment of obesity by body weight. You saw that there is BMI or Quetelet index, which you just now saw. Ponderal index you have. Broca index you have. Broca index you see here, H minus 100. Okay. Ponderal index is height divided by cube root of weight. Then you have Lorentz formula. Then you have corpulence index, where you have the actual weight divided by desirable weight should be less than 1.2. Then we saw that there is skin fold thickness. You can also assess obesity by skin fold thickness using Herpenden skin calipers at the mid triceps, biceps, subscapular, suprailiac regions. Then you would sum these four measurements and it should be less than 40 millimeter in boys and 50 millimeters in girls. Only tricep also you can use, and you have some cutoff for that. Then you have waist circumference, waist hip ratio and all that. It will indicate if it is greater than 0.85 in female, 0.1 in male, it will indicate they are more risk to cardiovascular disease. Others you have waist height ratio. Then to be more accurate, you have how to check body water, body potassium, body density. But these are difficult difficult, right? You cannot do all this and call yourself obese or not. Okay. Hazards of obesity, you saw main things you remember: type 2 diabetes, hyperlipidemia, obstructive sleep apnea, coronary heart disease, hypertension, insulin resistance, breathlessness, osteoarthritis, hyperuricemia or gout. Slightly increased are infertility issues, back pain, hormone problems, cancer, anesthesia complications, and even fetal complications. Okay, polycystic ovary syndrome also you can say. Intra-abdominal fat is more dangerous than the the gynoid. So this gynoid fat distribution is not that dangerous, guessing. Okay, gynoid fat. Okay, where were we? Hazards of obesity. Okay, then lastly we saw prevention and control of obesity. You should best do it in childhood. Dietary changes will help. Increase physical activity. Others you have like health education, surgery like gastric bypass, gastroplasty, jaw wiring, which looks very scary. So those are the prevention and control for obesity. Okay. So prevention of control and obesity, you should also write what is that? The national program. Otherwise you won't get marks. National program for control and prevention of cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases and stroke. That is the national program. So that's all for now in this video on obesity community medicine topic. Bye bye.